All right. All right, all right, all right. I think we're in. I think we're in. Let's copy this, paste this, going over here, YouTube it, go live. What up? Damn. Dang. Let's see this real quick. We got NVIDIA puts. Honestly, they're probably overpriced, man. What's going on, Jack? Let's take a look at this $400 put real quick. I feel like these probably paid for Friday. Had to have, right? Oh, I mean, a little bit. Not really. Nvidia's not really paying that much because of IV, man. They're pricing in large moves. It's all out of sync. The buyers and sellers don't have a hold of this right now. Oh, whoa, wait, hold on. Hold on. We're going for Tesla, I think. Look at this. Look at this. Big supply zone right now. Big supply zone. I really still have an alert on this 202.25. Honestly, I might have to get involved with these again. I'm up pretty nicely on this small account today. I'm up 692. So let's see if I can get. I did 20K day on Friday for any of those that didn't see it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade on. I think it was Netflix. Yeah, it was Netflix. Netflix was my my huge trade that I had the other day. Go ahead and show you guys on the daily. I was starting to scale in. If anybody saw me on Kush's channel, I was right here, and then had a nice little bang on this break, and then I added a bunch of contracts. Ended up paying about, I think it was like 300 or 400% or something like that. So had a huge, huge potential return, and then I also played a little bit of Tesla as well. So I'm still playing Tesla. I still think we're going to see this 208 level on Tesla just from most recent. I know there's a lot of lines on this chart right now, but this is the line I'm playing over here. This 207-ish, 207.30, 208. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm starting to see some Tesla pushing right now, so I'll give it a little bit. I see some buyers down here at 198 to try and push this. I don't want to buy this squeeze right now because it could just sell off. I don't feel like there's enough volume for us right now, but now I got this on high watch. So let me see these Tesla same weeks. This might be a little bit of a good trade for us. 205. $205. These would probably pay about $2,000 regardless of what happens. So I might go for the cheaper ones. Yeah, these things just ran about $100 a piece. Earlier they were about $500 a piece. Still looking at the 207.50s. This thing was in an all-day drop-off today, so still watching it. You got any swing recommendations? I got like 150 to spend. I know it's very little for a swing. Actually, nah. I'm in a Target swing right now. I just ended up buying Target. For anybody that is just now joining, I wanted to talk about this. I bought Target calls for January, so I'm long in Target, and I'll explain why. One, this weekly chart just opened up, right? We were at 268, had a massive drop off. I believe this was earnings, and we've just been chopping for a while. And now there's some bad news about that campaign. I don't want to get into it because I don't know who's watching, but I'll leave my opinions to myself and everything else. But Target, when bad things happen, bad news events happen, there's some scrutiny, and they start selling off from 160 all the way to this because of one bad product. Probably not going to hurt their profit that much. And I know that's shitty to say, whatever they're going through. I see this as an opportunity. So I'm buying calls for a long term. I have the 145 calls for January. So if this even rebounds or even has a good earnings report, this thing is going to soar. So, this is a massive sell-off. We get back to 160 and we look at these Target plays right now. No one's in calls. No one's in long calls. So I ended up purchasing just one right now. I'm going to scale in. They're $1,000 at 145, but if you look at this, $15 in the money over here, is about 2,300. So I can make an easy 100% on this play, if not more, 200% if I really hold it. I think that this could go to 170, no problem, back up to 160. We have a killer earnings report. It'll surpass that. Its all-time high is 240, 238. So this is a hell of a discount. And then on the weekly chart, if I look back, one of its lows is at 114. So if it gets down to that level, maybe I'll add one more for about $400, $500, $600, and then I'll have about $1,500 at risk. And that $1,500 could easily turn into probably about a $5,000 profit if things go according to plan. So that's what I'm paying attention to. I'm in target longs right now. I am paying attention to Snowflake as well, having a nice little rebound down here. Ah, fuck, I was going to take this today too, up to this 158 level. We have a massive gap on ENPH, so I want to keep this on watch here. So 172 is this gap on ENPH from its gap down at 158. So we got about $14 in there. I feel like we're starting to catch some buyers right here. It's a pretty massive gap. So I'm watching that. I'm watching that nicely. I'm also watching Tesla as well. Snow. I'm in snow. This is or I'm watching snow. I'm not in anything, but I did have an alert at this 153 today. I'm so pissed I missed that actually. I bet you would grind it up all day. Yep. Damn. Massive play. Up to 172 is that gap fill, so I'll be watching this pretty nicely. I probably won't play it today, but I will keep this on heavy alert because this is a beautiful gap now. So this is what I'll be looking for. This one, after this 3-day weekend, do you consider this Tuesday like a Monday type of day for you? Yeah, kind of. People, the volume is low. It's not that low actually. It's about 46 million. Probably going to get up to about 60, 65. So it's definitely a 2/3 of the way of the volume is. Friday, we had a massive volume day. That's why I had a $20,000 day. Fucking beautiful, beautiful price action in Netflix and Tesla. Caught a couple 100% bangers on that. And ended up having my second 20K day of 2023. Thank God. I needed one because the market has been pretty shitty this year, but I've been having a lot of consistent days of, a couple grand here, a couple grand there. So definitely not my best year in trading so far, but hopefully we can cap out strong and we'll show the year-to-date P&L around December just to lock it in. But still a 6-figure year, so projecting there. Not my 7-figure year that I was looking for, but there's still time. We'll see if there's any good opportunities to come. I will say that my TQQQ position is looking beautiful. So this is definitely contributing to a high 6-figure year if this can continue to go. Cost basis around 21-ish, a little over 21, back up to 35. Have a ton of shares in these, so I'm not even going to tell you how many, but this is one of my largest holdings I have in my entire long portfolio. It's a long portfolio because I'm pretty active, so I trade it. And then one thing that I'm really going to add to is this target play. So as of right now, I'm up about $715 on the day. This is my target play I put in this small account right here. Bought them for $1,000. Like I said, I think they're going to be worth about $2,000, maybe $3,000 a piece. I'm going to try to buy a couple of those once I see targets start to turn around. So let's look at the target play. What calls are you in? I am in the 145 calls for January 2024. So it's a long call. If you have patience, you'll get paid. If you don't even worry about it. Look at excuse me. Ugh, got a protein shake. I feel like I'm about to throw up. There's a shit ton of volume in this play. And it's all over a bad campaign. And people can say what they want. Media is crazy. People have soft-ass opinions. I don't know how people feel about anything. I honestly don't care about anything, about politics, about nothing. If it doesn't make me money, I don't give a shit because none of it matters to me. And nothing matters, honestly. But people take things way too far. And Target is going through some scrutiny right now. And when I see price action like this, I'm just all over the opportunity. That's all I care about. I don't care about any of the noise that's going on inside. I don't care what people react to. And I'm starting to scale in. I just think that this is a great opportunity, great dip buy, and a lot of opportunities to come off this play. So I think this is about 100% easy trade. I don't think I'll actively trade this. I think it's just more of like a long-term play. So I'll be in target for the reversal. I mean, if you look at this, man, when you see this just open up like this over one campaign, I don't really know too much about it because I don't like to get in the thick of it. Anita, can you explain how you got Netflix? Netflix $20,000 Friday. I had a hell of a weekend. I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, I'll explain that in a second. Target is a great play. Do your own due diligence, do your research, but this is not going to affect their bottom line or top line or anything in their accounting. They're going to make money. And if they have earnings, what is it, 2.5 months away for their earnings? So if I can hold this till even into July and August and they rip, and let's just say it's trading at 160, 170, and I'm in the money now for another 3 months, I'm going to make about 100%, 150% of my play. So I'm only on one for now in this account. I have actually 5 in my other accounts. I just threw $5K in there, see if I can make just a small amount of money for the long term. I haven't really played too many long options this year, which I'm kind of regretting. I was hoping for a little bit of a pullback, but market does not look like it wants to do that little big ass sell off that everyone's been calling for so long. So was waiting for a little bit. Missed out on NVIDIA entries like crazy. Missed out on a Tesla entry like crazy when it was down to 101. I got a couple shares of that, and I think I got like 100 some shares of Tesla, pretty low, around like 111 for my longs. But was hoping to get in some long calls and just push them forward, just like I did in 2020. 2020, if you long call things and just roll them forward into longer expirations, you're going to make a lot of money that way. And I feel like this was a really good setup for that. But I missed out on a lot of them. I missed out on NVIDIA. I missed out on a lot of Tesla as well. So I'm going to try to catch some of these. I think that Target's a good one. I think that Datadog is another really great one. D-Dog, put this one on your long watch list. It's soaring right now, but so much more room to go in my opinion. But we'll go over the long stuff in a while. I don't really see too much. I am in the Target 145s for January expiration. I am watching Coinbase as well. It is consolidating, but I think Ethereum and Bitcoin are ready to take the hell off. This is my trim, and then my take profit around 37. Be about 120 grand in a total position at this level. So I'm really looking for that. I can't wait for that one as well. Take that out and buy a new investment property is my plan. But I do want to pay attention to Snow for this gap for the long term as well. It's my watch, and Target. Now, for those that want to know about what do you think of AI earnings? I'm staying far away from AI earnings. So AI, look, this shit is ridiculous. Honestly, I wish I would have bought a ton of shares down here and just sold cover calls at this point. But I'm staying so far away from this thing. I think that it could skyrocket. Like this thing could go up to, I wouldn't even be surprised this thing got up to like $89 to $100, to be honest. But it could also crash and burn down to like 20. So I'm not losing 50% of my money to make 100% of my money. It's just like it's just too far of a R multiple for me, and option wise, not even worth it. If I looked at these already, and I think the IV percentage is like 400%. Let's look at the ones for next week. 300%. Same weeks are like 350. So you're not gonna make any fucking money off these. If it moves $10 in this, which is over. I mean, that's a ridiculous percentage. If it moves $10 here, which is about 20%, you make $200 less IV. You'll probably make like $100. I'm staying like it doesn't even have far enough options for me to take that. If you're doing anything, it maybe feels good to probably short it down to one of these guys. Oh shit, maybe I should do that. Just say it drop. It's not going to drop 50%, I don't think. The thing is how is AI making money? I understand like NVIDIA, ChatGPT, Google, Chat, all this shit that's coming out, but like how is AI going to make money, If you're hedging, then yeah, definitely probably just play a covered call, honestly. I would just sell calls. If you're in shares, sell calls. That's my opinion. The way I would sell, and if you sell the call too, I mean, you're going to collect $400 for saying it's going to be $50. So unless it goes up to 55, that's just a free $400 for you. I think it's going to be a big move, but to the upside, I don't think you're going to see a lot of money. And if it is a big move, and let's just say it drops $13 back down to 20, 25. These $50 contracts will probably be worth about $300, $400 a piece. Honestly, that's like a 700% move. That could be pretty cool. Maybe I'll end up shorting AI. I'll go against the entire crowd. Maybe if I can make a good trade out of Tesla here at the end of the day, or SPX. Maybe I'll put like $200 in the SPX and see if we can make a good amount of money off of that. See if we can make like 400 or 500, and then I would buy like 10 contracts, all of that risk into a $27 put, which is really only right here. So, man, I don't know, man. I don't know if you guys were paying attention to when I was talking about Snow last week about earnings. I know everybody was crazy about NVIDIA, but Snow also paid 1,000% on the downside. Remember when I was showing you the web traffic views? Everything was down. Everything was going to shit. 1,000%. Gapped way down, 170, all the way down to 143. I mean, this thing also paid. No one talked about this one because they all were going crazy over NVIDIA and AI, which makes me think it's a bubble. I really do think that AI is a bubble right now. I don't understand why NVIDIA is up 400% in 3 months. Like, I mean, you don't just quadruple your market capitalization because AI is the future. We've known that for a very long time, but why is it now? There's been a high demand for semiconductors for a very long time, even through COVID for the last 3 years. To me, it doesn't make any sense. AI, definitely going to take our jobs, definitely going to probably destroy the universe, but I don't know. I don't know if it should be $40 a share right now. What is it? Is this all-time highs? I think it is. Is AI at all-time highs? No. Holy shit, 183? Damn. Yeah. 183. I mean, if you got shares when it was getting destroyed around $10 to $20, you are sitting so pretty, man. I can't even describe that. And why do I feel like this? The thing is, this company is not the only AI company out there. Like, anybody can develop an artificial intelligence. Damn. Is this like a sector, maybe? Nah, definitely not. Let's look at their web traffic. How about that? C3AI.com. You guys want to play a game? Let's play a game. Let's take a look into AI. Do we want to play these earnings? Because if it's bad, we're playing these earnings. Let's do a little bit of research. I'll go over why I took Netflix and PanW in a second for those that were asking. I hope it saved my shit. Oh, it did. Let's go. All right. Web domain for C3.ai. And it's so much easier to decide if I'm going to take this play based off of the web traffic, because AI is all the internet and web traffic. So if it's down, I can tell you right now that that's probably not. Look at the traffic analytics over here, guys. All right, guys, you want to see this shit? Let's see this shit. Boom. C3.ai. Let's see what the numbers look like here. We're down 7%. You guys can see this, right? Confirm for me. Confirm for me. I'll take it off. Make sure, let me know if you saw that or not. All right, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, stick with me here, folks. This is the boring shit that you guys don't like to see. This is what happens off the charts. But desktop, mobile traffic share, C3 unique visitors, direct referral, organic search. Organic search is up a touch. They're thinking it's going to start trending downwards. LinkedIn 14,000% increase. YouTube 100% increase. Google 100% increase. I mean, they're definitely increasing. That's for damn sure. And web traffic for sure, 69% increase on desktop. It's up 3%. Visits are down 7%. Page visits are down 17%. Average duration is down 62%. And their bounce rate is 3%. The beauty of owning a marketing company, guys, you can see all the analytics of everybody. Organic search is up a lot. Referral is down quite a bit. I'm assuming organic search is just their company name is AI. So everybody's searching for AI does not mean that they're using this company. Let me do something crazy here. c3.ai.com. Oh. Do we make a bag off the put side today? The earnings are today. Somebody confirm for me. This is Edinburgh C3. It delivers comprehensive industries. Shell. Con Edison. Fuck them. U.S. Air Force. They're pretty cool. Shell. And Cock. Cock uses AI, apparently. Gas utilities, defense sector. Interesting. I know this is not trading. I know it's pretty boring stuff, but I feel like this could be. If they miss these earnings and they do not have a good forecast, this stock will shit the bed. Literally will shit the bed. And if you're telling me you haven't done that before, then I'm here to tell you things get ugly, and that's what the stock would look like. So these projections for May are kind of like not really. If you're looking at it, it's like all devices are pretty flat in the month of May. And if the stock, if anything is correlated, why the hell would this just be at a nuclear explosion? Is it because of NVIDIA? Is it hype? Is it not hype? Am I completely wrong? Are the web traffic reviews or web traffic numbers not directly correlated to the use case and the revenue drivers? I would assume it is, or else how would you make money, right? As a company, you want to think about how are they making money. So is their earnings report going to be good because they're going to be talking about AI like NVIDIA was? Or is C3.ai just another AI company that has the name for it to be, all right, let's go explode with the rest of the sector, even though their referrals are down 28%, their traffic is down 7%. To me, I wasn't going to play this, but now I'm kind of interested. Because over the last 2 days, this thing has ran from $28 to $40. Somebody, hold on. Let me get this back up here. I'm going to go over here so you guys don't have to look at the boring stuff. But C3.ai earnings are tomorrow after hours. These are very, very overpriced. Don't get me wrong at all. These are very overpriced. They're 200% IV, and they're probably going to shred like crazy. So the only way you make money off this is if there is a massive move, like a 30 to 40% decrease. Um, I'm not playing the call side whatsoever. I would probably just dabble on the downside. And the fact that they're tomorrow after hours makes me feel like I got a little bit of time. I'm up a little bit this week. I'm just dabbling in already. $700 in this account, 687, whatever. Target's kind of messing with the profits a little bit, but that's a long play for this account. I'm not going to take it today. Yeah, NVIDIA is a beast. They also create semiconductors. AI does not. C3 AI does not. NVIDIA had a great earnings release, but I have to do a little bit more research into this company, and I'm not going to bore you guys to death by looking at their financials and everything, but I am going to look at their revenue real quick. Just real quick, and then I'll get back to the trading and why I took Netflix and why it made me $20,000 over the course of 5 hours. I don't want to go to the web page, man. What are you guys doing? What strike price am I looking at for what? AI? Probably 27. But I want to know how much. Got to see the numbers. It's only a $4 billion valuation. That's not that bad. Most analysts are saying overvalued. I need to see revenue. Where the hell is revenue? Oh, here we go, baby. I'll be able to tell you a lot off this one. 266. Okay. Yeah, no, they're growing. They're growing pretty fucking fast too. They are doubling this year. They're current to date. They are already at how much they made in revenue last year in total by April. So, oh wait, no. I lied. This is 430. This is like full year. So they actually lost money from last year. Oh yeah, no, they're losing a lot of money. I lied. Probably a lot of the research and development. So, guys, this might be a gold mine. This might be a fucking gold mine, honestly. They're priced crazy, so it might not pay as much as I want. It might not be that 1,000%, but it could be a nice 500 to 600%, guys. I think the AI is going off of the boom of the AI, and the algorithms are picking it up as like it's the AI stock. But I'm gonna do more research in that. I will let you know what I'm going for on AI. I really do think that these could go in the money. Honestly, these $27 or even these $26 or $25. I think that this thing could get just destroyed. We're up 22% today, and yesterday it was up like 15 or 18% again. So this was just $27 2 days ago. We're booming. I don't know if that means that people think that this is going to be the home run hitter, but risk to reward ratio, if I'm going in on these $26 or $25 puts and they shit the bed, these $55 calls will be worth about $400 to $500 a piece if they go in the money. So $15 seems like a big ass move, but they just did that in 2 days. So if they miss and this was all a fluke on the AI side, I might take that put side just to dabble around. Not saying that's going to pay out. Do your own research, but I'll do some research tonight since earnings are tomorrow after hours, and we'll play it. I think I'm going to play it. So that's my spiel. I'm glad we found that. I'm glad we talked through that because that is going to be my big play. Netflix. What did I see? What did I see on Netflix? So for those that want to know what happened on Netflix, I'm still watching Tesla over here, just so you guys know. So I don't see a trade just yet. That's the only trade I'm going to take. Maybe SPX if I can see a little bit of action, but I do not so far. So these two are up here, and I know when to get in. Before I get into Netflix, let me create an alert for myself around 160. That's going to be my alert for this gap fill for Snowflake. We're not going to hit this 144, so I'm going to cancel that. And now I'm going to look for some upside in Snow in a little bit. What did I see in Netflix? Actually, let's start with PanW because that was last week or 2 weeks ago. PanW, what did I see? Well, I saw this pop, right? I saw this massive pop, tons of volume, and then a little bit of a pullback with some sideways consolidation. So I ended up scaling in around this 204, 205 price because we just recently broke this point of resistance. We stayed above this point of resistance and we closed above it 204 when the resistance line was around 203, showing me that we're supposed to be making a new high, right? So we're sitting at that level, but we had room that we ran all the way up to 207. Now there was a sell-off at the end of the day. That's when I started to scale in. The very next day, you usually retest that resistance point, right? So now it acts as a support line. So once we break and we sit above that line and then we test that support line, I will 9 times out of 10 add to my position and add to it rather heavily with a very small stop loss. So if we went right through this and $200 was the next test, I most likely would have put my stop loss around 200, if not a little bit below 200, because everybody's stop loss is going to be at 200. So mine would probably be around this 198.50 or like 198.70, something like that. Something a little bit lower to give myself some room. Now, once it started bouncing, why did I think it was going to go higher and why did I take the 215 calls? The question is answered easily by looking at the weekly chart. Its all-time highs, when you zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out, was this right here, previously 213.75. I knew that if we had this strength on the weekly chart like we did yesterday, there was a big-ass bullish engulfing candle that did not yet test this. So pretend like this half right here from 207 to 219 is not here. There was a massive resistance point sitting at this high at 213.75. I looked at that on the daily chart. We saw a nice bounce. So I ended up swinging it, giving myself some time for the next week expirations. And that was it. I mean, the rest is history. So I was playing for that. I didn't want Theta to destroy me on the daily expirations. The spreads are a little bit large, so I gave myself some time to break out, and then that's exactly what happened. I feel like this is probably pretty low again, so I'm going to turn my volume up a little bit. So regardless, that was my play. That was the goal, and I'm getting a call right now. Oh, never mind. Just a spam. But PanW, same situation there. Netflix, I caught this one early as hell. I saw this so clean. Oh, my God. I haven't caught a trade like this since like January, so I'm so pumped about this. But made about 20 grand off this. I probably should have made a lot more, but you know, paper hands, baby. Here it is, falling wedge pattern. This is exactly what I saw. Boom. This is the daily chart. This is the daily chart. And then when you zoom out, very same situation that I was looking for was this 380 test. So this daily chart was this most recent sell-off. Big breakdown. We were coming back. The reason I saw it was huge gap up, rip and run. Then we started to sell off a little bit, formed its base. I saw this breakout, and then I saw this rejection. I started scaling in one day early, right? So I bought the close. I bought the close around 358. You guys all saw me on Netflix. You guys all saw me in here. I was like, I'm down $600 right now, but I'm going to let it ride, and I'm going to add tomorrow. And that's exactly what I did. So it was down $600 on Thursday at close. Everyone saw the position. Everyone in here, if you go back and replay it, you saw me in a couple contracts. And as soon as it hit this retest, as I told you before, it's going to retest those resistance lines that become support. And at this level, I added a shit ton. As soon as I saw a large green candle come right through, it was very early in the day. And if we go back 5-minute chart, I'll tell you exactly where I added in. Literally the first candle. As soon as I saw this spike down, I was like, all right, that's close enough. Multiple contracts, saw the bounce confirmed for me. Got a little bit scared right here. When it started to break down, I was like, okay, this could make a new low. As you can see, there's still a little trend line here that I was testing. And then I saw this breakout towards 362. I was like, I got this. So when I go down to the daily chart and I draw this falling wedge pattern over here, boom, boom. I saw the confirmation at 361. It started to go. Walked away. Ended up going to play some basketball on Friday. came back. This was at 377. I was up a shit ton of money. Saw the 380 break, which was this high. Sold out. Made about $20,000, like $800 or so off of all the contracts I held. Paid about 300, 400%. I bought some same days, next week's, and 2 weeks. Was really holding on to the position once I saw this break and saw the volume. Market was green, gave me all the green lights. So was playing the most recent high of this breakout to 380 once I saw the falling wedge rip and run. Market gapped up like $4. It was a slow, choppy day all day for that. But NVIDIA, Tesla, Meta, they all were running. So Netflix was lagging behind, bounced off that support. Boom. Same situation as PanW. Saw a very large high on the weekly chart or on the daily chart. Saw the falling wedge pattern. Risk to reward ratio, scaled into some contracts, and boom. They don't all work out like that, but that is exactly what I saw. And I'm actually seeing the same thing on Tesla for you guys that are kind of new here, but here we go. So I swung Tesla over the weekend, and I made a pretty good amount of money in my large account and in this account. Decent amount of money. At least it's a good start for a choppy week. So I'm up 700, excluding this target play on the day just from the swing, and then a couple grand in the larger account. But this is what I'm watching for Tesla. So tomorrow, I'm probably not going to swing anything right now. I probably could, but I'm going to stay away since it's very choppy, low volume week. We'll see what happens. But I think tomorrow, if we can get a pretty choppy stop, I'll clear this drawing set so we can do this together. Tesla. Here's the daily chart. It's starting to boom a little bit. Look at this most recent high. 207. It's probably like 207.75, but looking at the 207.50 calls for tomorrow, and they're pretty cheap. So when I look at these, I'll probably day trade these. I won't swing them just because I don't really trust the market right now. I think it's too high. I think we're going to get a nice little pullback here pretty soon. So don't go all long because the market's green, because you got to be careful. But these are about $300 difference from in the money to out of the money. So if I look at these contracts, I know that they're looking really good on the 5-minute and daily chart, but these got up to 500, right? These were close to the money, got up to 500. Tomorrow, they'll probably be pretty close. So I'm going to watch the pre-market action, and this is starting to form a base. I'm going to have to take these for the end of the day, but I'm really, really watching this 204 break, 204.50 break for that 208 test or 207, whatever. So I'm going to set an alert here, because tomorrow, when the contracts are closer to expiration, which is going to be Friday, and we get some momentum above this 204.48, that next level is going to be from that daily chart, that 208 level that we drew. So now that I zoom into my 5-minute chart, here it is, 207.50. So at this break, this $3 run is probably going to print about 100 to 200% on the Tesla play, depending on what the premiums are priced at. So I will look for some volume and a rip and run above this 204.50. Could potentially profit off of it by taking it, swinging it, and letting it go. But I already did that this past weekend, just because I saw it touch 198 something, fall to 193. I figured over the weekend we'd probably get some nice buying based off of the price action, the SPY and QQQ. So I ended up swinging it, made a good amount of money. But now for a day trade, I'm going to watch this 204.50 break, run up to that 207.50. Hope that makes sense. Huge opportunity there, in my opinion, for a day trade. Could easily make a couple grand off of 10 contracts. Maybe 20 contracts could probably pay about 5 racks if that runs that way. So very minimal risk there. About 4K could probably make $5,000 to $6,000. Stop loss would be about 500, 400, 300. You could keep it really small, let it run. You could even buy one and make a couple $100. But that is my play. That's what my watch is tomorrow, only if the market is acting accordingly. So seeing a nice little bounce right now, but for me, I'm probably going to stay away. Just wanted to show you guys my watch. I'm probably done trading on the day. I'm sitting up nice, $700 on this account. My goal on this smaller account while I live stream is $500 every day. And had a hell of a day in this account on Friday, and then obviously my 20 grand day in the large account. So that's what I saw on PanW and Netflix. Now Tesla has that set up, and I'm going to wait for it to break, and I will take those day trades tomorrow. So that's my big watch, and then the gap fill for snow, and then target long calls. So that's where I'm at. A lot of information, but hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions on that. I forget who asked that question, but let me know. What are the most important things you look at on the options chain to determine which contracts to enter, like IV percentage, open interest, theta? I don't really pay attention to open interest. I really only pay attention to IV and premiums. I kind of read premiums more than I read anything else based off of like my R multiple, right? So I'll look at the chart. Is it a good setup? Is it going to run $10? Maybe, right? So if it runs $10, for example, what has earnings again? AI. So they have earnings. So for example, if this $40 stock is going to run to $50, and I'm only going to see the difference of $5.90 to $3.30, and I'm only going to make $2.60 a piece off a $10 run, which is a 20% move. That's so stupid. You're just playing against yourself, and you're going to lose money. So that, by reading the premiums, I know IV percentage is here to tell you about it, but reading the premiums is going to be the ultimate factor if you're going to make a good amount of money or not. So AI is here. I'm looking at Tesla now. Now, when I get a $10 move in this guy, 200 to 210, 178 could turn into 500. That's a really good return, right? So that R multiple is way, way better than the other AI. Obviously, they have earnings, so it's very different, but I read premiums more than I do anything. Do I like the setup? Yes. Are the premiums going to pay me? Yes. Is it same day expiration? Hopefully not, because those will decay like crazy. Is there a lot of volume? Yes. Is there large wicks in play? Yes. Then I'm going in on a trade. I don't really like to trade the choppy sideways action. If it's not going to pay me and there's not a lot of volume, then you're just going to get crushed. So you have to kind of check off, is the setup there? Are the premiums going to pay? And is there a lot of volume? That ultimately is a recipe for success in options. You don't want time to kill you. Time is obviously your enemy here. So if you have a long-term portfolio, you could be the house and sell options and make money with everybody else because they all go to zero. So almost all of them, unless you have NVIDIA calls. What do the large wicks tell you? Lots of buying action. So this morning, I saw Tesla. I actually day traded a little bit of my larger account today. I was in Cush's channel signaling that. Again today, I forgot to tell you that, guys, I day traded Tesla as well. So here's a huge piece, right? Here was that high, 198.57. This is where we closed, right? Now, this was the resistance point, and we gapped up $8 overnight. So my swings ended up paying. But this new resistance acted as support. So this morning, at the very big open candle, where do you think that we bounced? Before I zoom out, where do you think we bounced? Now let me zoom in. The very first fucking candle. To almost a T. Almost a T. So I bought a good amount of contracts here, about 10, I think it was 10 contracts here, 20 contracts, I can't remember. Can't remember how confident I was in this, but I ended up taking a bunch of these. I sold my swings. I used my profit to buy a bunch of calls for this week expiration rather than 2 weeks out. And I bought calls at the support level. If it went through it, I would have had a small stop loss below 198 per se. But it completely bounced, launched, and let's just take a look at these contracts real quick. I was playing the 207.50s, I believe. Actually, I was playing the 205s. I remember it was 205s because it got done at 198. So let's go to the 5-minute contracts. At that level this morning, where were they? Yeah, right here. Look at this. At this bottom wick, 295 all the way to 595. $3,000 off 10 contracts in 8 minutes, not even 7 minutes. Just completely bounced, ripped, saw it close this high. Started to come down a little bit, got a little nervous. I was thinking about trimming, but instantly ripped right back up. And now this is the high. So I made that high of the day at this level. I didn't know that, but I started scaling out a little bit. I didn't get a peak sell. I ended up selling around I think it was this 482, and I scaled out of one at 510. So I cut a lot of the move, not the whole move. But regardless, support line bounce, offer resistance almost to a T. Doesn't happen like that every time, but when you use your risk to reward parameters, you're going to make a lot of money off of those plays. So that's what I saw in Tesla. I'm looking for something very similar tomorrow. Maybe kind of this is kind of an indecisive candle. Now it could come down And I would say that my support level here is going to be this low of the day, obviously, but probably this 193 level. So if I see 193 or a break below this 197, I'll probably take puts in Tesla if we're weak and the whole market is weak. But if I see like a 197 or 198 open and I see some momentum above 200, I'll probably take those 207.50 calls for this break and watch it run since we're in this really, really nice uptrend and this is a large wick. So that's what I'm watching. That's my big play. And tomorrow morning, I'll probably try to execute those calls if the volume is there, and we'll try to make 100% on the play. If not 100%, then even 20, 30, 40, 50%. You guys got to keep in mind that the average return on the S&P 500 a year on your money is about 10 to 12%. So 20% on a trade, 10% on a trade, that's a shit ton of money. That's a great trade. You don't have to go for those 100% bangers all the time. I like to look for them. Who doesn't? But 10%, 20%, never complain with those types of profits. What time frame did you trade that Tesla call this morning when it bounced off of Friday's highs? I only trade off the 5-minute. I chart on the daily and weekly, and then I'll zoom in on the 1 hour to see if there's any nice price action, and then I'll use the 30-minute bottom right, 15-minute, and 5-minute. I never look at the 1 minute, even though it's the beginning of the day. Just not my thing. There's way too much noise, so I stay far away. That's really my only play right now. I could swing Tesla, maybe next week contracts, 207.50s or 210s, but they're pretty expensive right now. They're 400. Could go up to 700, but just not worth it to me right now, especially with the low volume week. I'd rather just day trade it with the profits I made today off the swing from Friday. So that's all I got. Now let's pay attention to Tesla or maybe SPY. Maybe we can get a quick little trade in here. 5 minutes. I hope that was helpful for you guys. This is like a nice little upper wick. It looks like the move already happened today. I don't think that this is going to shoot up towards this 422 today on the SPY. So let's look at the 15-minute on Tesla. Potentially could run up above this 202. But I doubt it. So I don't want to swing these either because you're going to lose about 50% in theta overnight. And if it runs down, you're basically screwed. So I'm going to let this get trimmed overnight, give it a nice little haircut, and then these June 2nd expirations at open will probably be worth about $100 some, and the monies will be worth about 400 if we catch that move. Beautiful 100 to 200% trade. I will say that Tesla looks kind of good right now. This is a hammer candle. This is a reversal sector. I think that we could get some money off this, but it's only going to be like 60 cents. And if I'm not going to swing it, it's probably not worth it. But this is going to retest this high. I'll be kind of pissed if it just runs up to 204. I don't think it will in the next 30 minutes, but I mean, I'm not going to count it out. Let's see what these are paying like. I would never swing these. I mean, that's not a bad return right there. $40 a contract. It's probably not worth it, to be honest. Although, if it does go to that high, it'll be worth over 300. So, 10 of these could make me another $400. But is it worth it? Probably not. My stop loss would be 200. So, 2R is not really my idea of a good risk to reward ratio. But does anybody have any questions at all? I know I've been just rambling about my positions for the long term, how I made 20K on Friday, the gap fill on snow, why I took Tesla this morning, anything? If not, I might cut this short because I'm not going to trade the end of the day. But I am going to watch that Tesla play for tomorrow. So If you guys, if you have any questions on how I'm going to execute it, what I'm looking for tomorrow, then feel free to shoot me a message or put in this little DM chat. But to recap, I have target long calls, 145 expirations, bought them a little bit before this little choppiness. I think that is way too oversold. Saints, how did you make 20K Friday? Netflix calls, man. I already went over that, but made 20K on Netflix. Caught the bottom, watched it rip, made 400%. Had a hell of a trade. Same days, next week's, and 2 weeks out. Excellent. Thanks, Saint. Thank you, buddy. But that's kind of it. That's really all I got. There's no action. We're probably not going to see any action. We got some action over here, but I'm just probably not going to play the chop. Just not worth it to me. SPY. I feel like the SPY. Let's see what the SPX is paying like before we get involved, if I even take one trade in here. Thoughts on AI? I caught both of those trades too. Tesla, Netflix. Cut Netflix too fast and didn't sell Tesla fast enough. How do you determine when to sell? Based off my levels. You know, it's kind of based off of the price action on like the shorter time frames too. 5 minute, 1 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute. But I saw that level at 380 on Netflix, and I knew we were gonna go. So that was my big thing. That's kind of my cut. You know, when I also use the Bollinger Bands to determine when I'm starting to see a reversal. So if I see an uptrend like this, it's booming all the way, and then I see a massive red engulfing candle, I'm probably getting out with all that volume. So I'll take my profits even on this little pullback signal. Or if I hit my resistance reversal like I did on Netflix around 280, it was chopping around that level. I sold, it dropped, then I went to 282, 283. I missed out on an extra $2,000 or $3,000, but on a 20K day. And then it ended up pulling all the way back. Can't really let that happen, or let that get the best of you. So once you set your support and resistance lines, you just got to trade off of them. Stay true to your goals, or else it's a guessing game for you. So that's kind of my exit strategy. Do I see Bitcoin running up? Yes. Love that. I'm long ETH. I think I already told everybody this, but I'll have about 150K position once it gets out to this yellow line, so 3,500. I know I got a long ways to go, but I'll probably start trimming around 2,700 and then end up locking in about 100 grand or so at 35, and then I'll wait for the next pullback and then get back in. I'm more of a long holder than anything on ETH, but it's been chopping for a while. I've been in it for a little over a year now, so greed gets me every time. You know what you might have to do? Watch the 15-minute chart, man. 15 and 30-minute chart kind of relieves a lot of anxiety. I mean, you're never going to sell the peak sell or like perfect bottom, like all that type of stuff. You're always going to be like the what if, but hindsight is 2020. And if you just don't care about what happens after you sell, then there's no point. You know, if you look back, you're just going to make yourself sad or be like, oh, thank God. But just take the trade, make your money, and leave. Like if you met somebody and you were like, oh, will you give me 20% of the money I give you in 10 minutes? And they say yes, you never talk to that guy again. Just run away. You know, just take your money and run. So the market's always going to have opportunities. I could have made off Tesla if I was thinking about throwing 20 grand into the trade. 20 grand would have made me over $100,000 in one day, but I ended up making 20K. So I could have made $80,000 extra. It's always the what if game, no matter what here. So it's kind of like if you conquer and overcome like yourself and like the way you think, and you just kind of keep an always calm and collective thing, this game becomes a lot easier. So once I got rid of the what ifs and, oh, I could have made this, or, oh, I could have been rich overnight, it's like this is a long game, and you just got to enjoy it. You know, you got to enjoy the ride the entire time, because after 5-10 years, you're going to spot something, and you'll be like, all right, here's 100 grand in this trade. It's going to make you $400,000, and then you're going to be done for the year. You're going to see like 1 to 2 trades like every 3, 4, 5 months. You're gonna put capital behind it. You're gonna make a lot of money, and that's the way this game works. Nobody ever went broke taking profit. How much to put into a trade? It's all based off of your preference. It's all based off of your position size. I usually like to go in scales. Like I have a tier 1 trade, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. Tier 4 is always like a quick little day trade. You see me do them SPX 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 contracts. Maybe like $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 risk, maybe 500. Tier 3 is always like $2,000, $3,000. Tier 2 is always like maybe like 35 to 5, and then Tier 1 is a setup like PanW and Netflix where I'll throw a good amount of money in there. So it all depends on setups. Thoughts on AI? Man, we were just talking about this. I'm going to do some research tonight, but this could be a nice little 500 to 600% banger, in my opinion. And it's running up. I'm loving this. I know that it might take the fuck off. Like, it could just go nuts. Like, this thing could be $100 stock. I mean, it is cooking. Oh, yeah. The way that this thing is cooking, honestly, overnight, this could be like a $50 stock, $55 stock. When I look at the weekly chart, I'm like, oh, shit, this thing really did get taken out. And maybe they have a way of maybe taking this to like 100 or 110 or back up to that 183. Could potentially be that. I'm going to be the guy that shorts it. I'm going to be the guy that plays the puts. Because this 2 days ago, or even like Thursday, was at $25. And these puts could pay a fucking salary when the puts or the call side does not. So I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be that guy for next week. Expirations, I'm gonna look for these $25 puts, only $55. In the money's like $700. I'm looking for 1,000% banger. If I put $1,000 in it, whatever, I make 1,000% on that. I make 10K off $1,000. If I lose $1,000, come on. I mean, I made $1,000 today just trading on this small account. I made $4,000. I made $20,000 on Friday. So it's a risk game. Sometimes you have to gamble a little bit, and everything I'm looking at right now kind of makes me think that this is a little bit overhyped. So I'm going to play this $25 strike. Hopefully they're about $40, $30. I'll probably play the contracts that are going to be about $30 to $40 a piece, and I'll probably play about $1,000 worth, maybe $2,000. Maybe I'll get a little crazy and see if I can make another 20 racks. But I'm going into it with a completely gambling mindset. So do your own due diligence. I'm going to do more research tonight, but everything I'm seeing on the web traffic, they're kind of steady down and out. So it kind of seems like C3.ai is only going because it has the name AI in its company name. When in reality, AI is like everybody can do it. Everybody can create their own. There's so many different websites and businesses and subscription services and some free places out there. So C3 doesn't run everything, but it kind of seems like it's going with the hype because of it has the AI name in its name. So all the web traffic and shit, like I told you, is not really playing out the way I think it should. So I'm going put side most likely. Got to do more research tonight, but I will let you guys know tomorrow before earnings. But do your own stuff. Do you live trade in the morning or send out alerts? Yeah, I'm always in Kush's channel for now. Mr. Anderson just made 260 AI right now. Let's go. I mean, as of right now, the momentum is strong. So if you're playing the call side or if you're just in shares, you're making a bag. I actually might sell a put in AI. Oh, no, I won't. Ah, man. Yeah, nah, I'm going to stay away. I might just buy some puts. We'll see what happens. I'm going to do a lot of research tonight. But as of right now, it's squeezing. It looks like they're trying to take this thing to $100 a share. If you want it, go for it. I'm staying away. I played a meme stock before. I got my ass toasted. and I'm not letting that happen again. So if you guys want to go with the momentum, you think this is going to go to $200 a share, rip this thing apart. Personally, I'm staying away from the call side, at least from shares, from everything. I'll look for some puts if I see any action. As of right now, Tesla's just sitting sideways, which I love more than anything. Not selling off, not going one direction. Just gonna kind of sit there and make a doji candle on the daily chart. As soon as I see that 202 break tomorrow, I'm ripping the shit out of these calls for that 207.50 break, day trade, 20 contracts, 50 contracts, 100 contracts, depending on the volume, and I'm gonna make a bag. So hopefully the market doesn't gap down overnight, and then I'm gonna use all my profits in Tesla. See if we can make like 3, 5, 10, 20K on Tesla tomorrow, and then throw it all on AI puts and see if we can just retire early. And I'm gonna buy this house. I keep getting all these Zillow notifications. They always know when you're looking to buy an investment property because all of my emails are the exact same. New house. This thing is nice though. I will be honest, this is a nice ass house. I'm in no Tesla positions right now. I was, but I am no longer in them. I forget. I don't even know where the house is. I was going to show you guys, but oh my God, AI is going to 43. Keep going up, man. Keep going up. Go up to 50 so I can short the shit out of this thing. Oh, I would love that so much, man. If this goes down to 25, I could honestly see the stock ripping up to like $89 and just short squeezing like crazy, but I'm all in, man. You guys want to see this house that I'm looking at? I'm probably not going to get it, but I am. I got this alert on it, and I want it so damn bad. All right. Maybe somebody got it already because I don't see it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it got scooped up. I was going to show you guys, but I don't see it anymore. Oh, well. Tesla, biggest play, AI. I'll do more research. I don't think that there's any more questions. Bad spot, question mark? For what? I'm in Tesla. Puts? You're going against me, man. I'm going for the 202.50 break tomorrow, 204.50 break, all the way up to that 208. So if you're in puts, we're in a tug of war right now because I am taking that 202.25. I might start to scale in above this break. I'm probably going to rip them, and then looking for this 208 test. So I'm all in on calls. I'm not in anything yet. I'm just looking for that day trade tomorrow. You could be very well right if the market gaps down, but I don't think that's going to happen. But everything else is getting pretty weak, so we'll see what happens. I think currently NVIDIA is getting pretty sold off here. Let me see. Is this a Death Star? Yeah. It's getting pretty ugly. So there's a little gap on NVIDIA. Tomorrow I can see it probably coming down to like this 394-ish mark. The contracts are ridiculous. I'm going to play a bunch of puts in AI. I don't know if I want to take them tomorrow or swing them overnight, but is it worth it? Nah, they're $70 now. Look how quick these things are. These things were $40 a piece. almost 100% just from that little spike. Oh, no, it's not. It's just a spread. Look at this. Look at this. This is what I'm telling you. The AI puts right now, look at this. They went from $50 to $75 a piece, and it's almost at its all-time high. People are starting to scale into these puts. You see that? Yes. Are put prices rising on AI? I'm telling you guys, I think from what I'm seeing here, what I'm seeing on this web traffic that we already went through together, down 7%, stagnant growth, visit duration down 63%, and their bounce rate is higher, meaning that people are coming to their webpage, bouncing off of it. I'm going to go through a lot of these position tracking, keyword managers, keyword traffic. Are they spending a lot on organic or paid media? I'm going to go through a bunch of different stuff here. I'm going to run some diagnostics and reports. I own a marketing agency, so I have my team pull all the numbers for me. And if I don't see any increase in traffic, paid traffic, nothing, then a lot of their checkouts and stuff happen on their website. So like all these booking of calls and new customers, all that type of stuff. So we'll see. We will see. All depends on their forecast. I don't think that this is a good opportunity for a rip and run, but I've been wrong before. But look at this. These are now $80. People are starting to position for these puts, man. Dude, look at this. I've never seen this. It's running up to $43, and the puts, the $25 puts, are $40, and now they're $80. They're up 100%, and this is at all-time highs, or at least on the day. Interesting shit. So I'm going to let it chop and theta decay overnight, but I got into $27 puts for 42 cents. It's now 50. Very interesting. Could be an absolute banger. Look at this. And now it's going up to 88. Oh, man. Oh, man, dude. This is going to be a hell of a ride. I can tell you that. I'm telling you, I think it's going to go down. And I might position it to at least a little bit so I can feel at least a little something overnight. You're in $27 puts? I think you're tripping because they're 120. Oh, I'm doing next week's. I always do next week's, just so everybody knows. But I think this could be an absolute banger. Look at these. These are $900 a piece in the money. And further out, they're only going to get more expensive before because of the spread is pretty fucking big now. That's pretty crazy. 80 to 100. 27s are 125. I don't love this. I'm gonna wait for it overnight. I know that the earnings are tomorrow after the bell, so I'm just gonna wait. I'm not gonna force anything. I think that we could probably gap up one more time. It's just the way that things are looking like in the AI world. Although Nvidia is looking pretty weak, I won't lie about that either. This thing could really start dying. You know what? I bought 3 for $95, $25. I'm gonna be down on it, but that's okay. Down $30 on the trade. So it's 95. I know that's probably a little bit too. I bought only 3 just to scale in, but I really, really think that it could be a good trade. So $25 goes in the money, that would be nuts. I only am in 3, so it's only a $200 some dollar risk. Overnight, I'll probably lose a little bit. I'll probably be down like $100 overnight. But if it gaps down a little bit, oh God, I don't know if I like this. Honestly, the red side. Only down $22. I'm gonna let it rock. I'm gonna let it rock. Just 3. That's what I'm swinging. I think that this could be a banger. I'm gonna do some research on it tonight. We'll see if I end up throwing like $1,000 at it. But so far, only $200. About a fourth of the position I'm gonna throw in there, and that's it. We'll see what happens. But No questions? Any final questions? You got 10 seconds for me, or else I'm logging this off, and we will catch that Tesla trade tomorrow. I'll be on Kush's channel, and maybe this AI we'll talk about around the same time tomorrow. So, any last questions? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. I see some people typing. Stop stream. Take care. Thanks for the info. You're welcome. Anything else? All right, guys. You guys have a great night. We'll catch this Tesla play tomorrow, and I'll figure out what I'm doing with AI overnight, and I'll let you guys know. Same time, 2:30 tomorrow. Love you so much. See you soon.